My great-grandfather bought this original piece of ground in 1897. We're pretty comfortable in saying the family's milked on this piece of ground in 3 different centuries. Through the years, we went from a diversified operation to concentrating on dairy and expanded both in acreage and in cow numbers to where we are today. What makes us a little unique is that 5 years ago we installed robots to milk the cows. We had a full-time employee that did a lot of milking for us, and he was nearing retirement age. Mom and Dad were also nearing retirement age, and so we looked at the addition of the robotics as a way to maintain the size of the operation while reducing labor requirements. So the machines are open 24 hours a day. The cow will walk in the machine, and first thing it's going to identify the cow, and then it's going to decide if she's eligible to be milked. Through the matrices in the computer, we can really tailor that and get those milkings where it's going to benefit the cow the most. Our fresh cows will milk themselves almost 4 times a day, and then the late lactation cows we cut back to about 2.5 or maybe even 2 times a day. So the first thing, the computer decides if she's eligible to be milked. If she is, then it's going to start feeding her. It'll start prepping her. The arm goes under the cow. 2 rotating brushes will brush the teats. After that swings out of the way, then the laser starts and it starts mapping the teats. And when it gets a good picture of where the teats are, it saves that in its memory, and then it attaches the milker one at a time, one to each teat. So while it's milking, it's going through all the health and quality measurements on the milk. And we're going to look at several things: the temperature, the color, the conductivity of the milk. And that helps us determine the health status of the cow and the salability of the milk. While she's in the robot, we're also getting a weight of the cow. There's a scale built into the floor. I always say if I'm looking at the right numbers, I know she's sick before she knows she's sick. And the sooner we can catch her, the quicker we can treat her and easier we can treat her and bring her back to health. So when the cow's done, all 4 teat cups come off, and then it'll let the cow out. If the milk, which has been held in a jar, if that milk has passed all of its requirements, then it'll pump that milk to the milk tank. The cows kind of can set their own schedule now. When we were milking with the milking parlor twice a day, or for a while we milked 3 times a day, the whole group, the whole pen of cows were taken to the holding pen and put through the milking parlor. And now, the only time we move all of the cows out of one pen is if we're putting bedding in. It's cut back a little bit on the herding mentality. Now they're very individual, and you can go get one cow and walk her through the rest of the cows, and the cows become very docile and friendly. It's another tool that we use. It's definitely not labor-free, it's not problem-free, but it'd sure be hard to go back to standing in the parlor milking them twice a day every day. Watching the whole cycle work, you're part of that every day, and that's fun.